Welcome back. Question 3 reads, a function f is defined on R by f of x equals 3x on 5x minus 2. State the domain of f. Show that f is injective. Show that f is monotone decreasing. Sub 2, find the range of real values of the function y equals 3x squared on 4x minus 1, where x is an element of the set of real numbers and x is not equal to 1/4. So this question is 10 marks. Let us tackle it. But hold on. Please, before you continue watching, just take 5 seconds of your time and click on the subscribe button below to motivate us, to encourage us to make more videos for you. Thank you, and may God bless you as you prepare for your exams. Let us ride on. Don't forget to share in the WhatsApp groups in which you are and other groups on Facebook. So let us tackle this question. So for the first part, we are required to find the domain of the function 3x over 5x minus 2. In our previous videos online, we have done so much on domain of functions. So this function will be undefined if the denominator is equal to 0. So we are solving the equation. The denominator, that is 5x minus 2, should not be equal to 0. So from here, x should not be equal to negative 2 on 5 when you solve. Therefore, the domain of this function is a set of all real numbers excluding what? Negative 2 on 5. So x is an element of the set of real numbers where x is not equal to negative 2 on 5. So you can state it like that, okay? Now for the B part, to show that the function is injective. A function is injective if f of x equals f of y implies x equals y. So that's what we want to solve for. We already have f of x, right? F of x is 3x all over 5x minus 2. Now f of y will be when we replace x by y. F of y will be 3y over 5y minus 2. So at this point, we are going to simplify. We are going to have 3x into 5y minus 2 to be equal to 3y into 5x minus 2. We open now the brackets. That will give us 15xy minus 6x equals 15xy minus 6y. Bringing like terms together or cancelling out xy, 15xy will cancel out on both sides. We'll be left with negative 6xy on the left hand side and negative 6y on the right hand side. So from here, when we divide all through by 6, we have x equals y. And we conclude that, therefore, f is injective, or f is an injection. Sometimes we talk about injection instead of talking about being injective. So therefore, f is an injection. Now see, they want us to show that f is monotone decreasing. For decreasing, for you to show that the function is decreasing, just find f prime of that function, that's the derivative, and show that the derivative is always negative. But if they give an interval, you can show that it's negative on that interval. That's the gradients function. So here we're going to find f prime of x. That's for the C part. And f prime of x will be equal to, since this is a quotient function, we keep the bottom constant, that is 5x minus 2. We differentiate the top, which is 3x, that's going to give us 3, minus the top constant. The top is 3x, minus the top constant times the derivative of the bottom. The derivative of 5x minus 2 is 5. All this on the bottom squared, okay? So we open out the brackets and simplify. We'll be left with negative 6, all that on 5x minus 2 squared. And since this denominator of 5x minus 2 is always positive, and the numerator is negative, negative divided by positive is negative. So you can see that the gradients function is always less than 0, okay? So if you put any value of x, the value will always be negative. So from here we conclude that, therefore, f is what? Monotone decreasing. Equally, in our past videos where we have A-level, part 1, part 2, and so on, you will see about showing that the function is an injection, a surjection, and so on. You have equally done so much on functions. Please just check those notes, or you can ask for the links if you are interested. Now, the sub 2 of this question. I know you are still watching this paper and you have not yet subscribed. You are not doing us any good. It will be fun to see that you don't know how to subscribe. Please, At the end of this video, just check anywhere you're going to see a subscribe button, click on it, or you click on more below this video and you're going to see a place where you can subscribe. There are many ways, there are 2 or more ways to do that. Please make sure you subscribe before you leave this channel. There are some of our contents you cannot watch if you are not subscribed, and subscription is not paid, it is free. Just 5 seconds for something free. Okay, now sub 2, find the range of real values of the function y equals 3x squared, all that on 4x minus y minus 1. So how do we find the range of a function? The range of a function is the domain of the inverse. So we need to first of all find the inverse function, and from there we find the domain of that inverse function. The domain of that inverse function will give us what we call the range of the function. So from here we have y equals 3x squared, all that on 4x minus 1. We multiply all through by 4x minus 1, we have 4x minus 1 into y, which is 4xy minus y equals 3x squared. Here we are actually solving for x to find the inverse. In secondary school, they tell that you say that let f of y be equal to f of x or something like that, which is what we have done. So from here now we have 3x squared minus 4x y plus y is equal to 0. So this is some sort of a quadratic equation, right? But for this quadratic equation, what are we solving for? We are solving for x, because we want to make x the subject of the formula, because the inverse function is the x, right? So from here, this is our quadratic. We are going to look for the discriminant. That's b squared minus 4ac. So we are going to have negative 4y, sorry, because we are solving in terms of x. Negative 4y squared minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is y. From here, we will have 16y squared minus 12y squared, which is equal to 4y squared. Therefore, our x will be equal to negative b. What's our negative b? Our negative b here is our b here is negative 4y. Okay, so negative b will be negative 4y, which is just plus 4y, plus or minus the square root of b squared. So sorry, plus or minus the square root of the discriminant which you have just looked for. And this discriminant is 4y squared. So the square root of 4y squared, all that on 2a. 2, our a here is 3. So this will further give us x to be equal to 4y plus 2, because the square root of 4y squared is 2y, so plus 2y on 2 times 3, or x equals 4y minus 2y on 2 times 3. Okay, so from here we have x is equal to y for the first case, because 4y plus 2y is 6y on 6 is y, and for the second we have 2y, all that on 6, which is 1/3 y. So at this point, you can see that the inverse is x equals y, x equals 1 on 3y. So there is no value we have to exclude here, as you can see. Like for the domain here, we're saying that x should not be equal to that. Okay, so all values of x and y can go. We therefore conclude that therefore the range is a set of all real numbers. Because any value of x you put here, this function will be defined, whether for the first part or the second. Any value of y you put, you equally be defined. So the range of the function is x is a set of all real numbers. That's the range of this function, can take all real numbers. Unlike with the domain, which could take all real numbers excluding 1/4, as we saw in the equation. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoying our content, please give us a thumbs up. A thumbs up is a like. Leave your comments below this video. Propose other things you would like us to do to serve you better, and we might actually help in serving the community better. If you need the complete solution of this equation from 2015 to 2023 or 2010 to 2023, please click on the WhatsApp link below this video and ask us to send you a PDF copy. We mostly sell in PDF. If you want us to send you the book in any of the towns you are located, know that you are the one you will probably be the one to pay for the fee which you are going to send at any of the agencies to be sent to you. But if you are in some towns like maybe Bamenda or Yaoundé or some close towns in our areas, you can easily request for this and we'll send you where you can get it, or we can tell you where you can pick it up at the agency. We prefer that you pay before we send the book, because we have a lot of issues with people saying that we should send before they pay. So we are trying to avoid that. Thank you so much for watching. And the next question is question 4. Make sure you watch. We are equally begging on you that we need chemistry paper 3 past papers. If you have classmates, friends who are doing chemistry, please help get these papers and send to us. Even if you snap and send and it's a type, we can always see how we can adjust, because we have students who are complaining that they need us to send this part, but we really don't have many of them. We have just a few. So we are really playing on you. We know you can do this for us. Thank you so much, and God bless you in your studies. Ciao. Bye bye.